Hello again guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and welcome back to City Skylines. I think there's been a little bit of an update since the last time I played. The loading screen was a little bit different. Bear in mind it was only yesterday when I played, but the loading screen's a little bit different. They've moved the little tweet guy a bit further up here and he doesn't take up quite as much space, and he has a little number on him now to tell you if you have any outstanding messages. We do still have a building or two that we need to get rid of because they have been abandoned. Hopefully a lot of those issues are going to go away now that we have sorted out the majority of the problem with trash. We do have some incinerators now. Hopefully, well, we have a incinerator. Hopefully that's going to help reduce the amount of trash that we have. We certainly need to sort that out. We've got more of a call for commercial than anything else at the moment. We did still lose some population, so we need to sort that out. So there's quite a few things that we do need to do in the city while trying to avoid using lots of nasty grids. One thing that I do want to check out, a friend of mine, Firejack, the founder of the Terra Nova gaming community, yes, hi FJ, I know you're probably watching, has just mentioned to me that it's possible to set bus routes to different colours, and indeed it is. So you can actually choose completely different, if you select a bus, you can choose a completely different colour for the bus line. Now if we actually go into the public transport, there we go. So now we can actually set completely different coloured lines and separate out all those bus routes. That is a really neat trick. Wow, that bus is really going, where's that bus going to? Is that one of our buses? I need to keep my eye on that one. It's going an awfully long way around to get over here. Oh well, never mind. Let's go ahead and find one of the other buses and we can change the colour of that route. Got to try and find a bus now. Suppose it wouldn't... there's one. Let's grab you. Lots of buses together, which is fairly standard for buses really. You wait ages for one, then they all come along at once. Let's go for a sort of a green colour on that one. So we now have a green line. Let's look at the buses again, and there we go. We have the green line. Looks like the green line is the one that's going all the way around, and we have the red line, and we have the blue line. Very good. I actually like that. Makes it a little bit easier to see where different lines go when they all overlap. Yeah, I like that feature, I really do. I wonder if that's available on the info pane through public transport. Yes, it is. That is just beautiful. Thanks a lot for that, FJ, because that is actually very useful. Now, another thing that we need to do, which we were given in the end of the last video, when we got the upgrades to our city, because we hit another milestone, we were given the ability to put in a metro. So we should think about going and doing that. I'm still trying to keep on top of all these buildings that are just... maybe it's down to the pollution. There is a lot of pollution here. Let's go ahead and grab some trees. Trees do help to reduce the pollution. They don't get rid of it completely, but we have so much pollution around. I don't think we can accidentally put trees over the top of buildings and roads and things, so I don't think we have to worry too much about accidentally destroying a building if I'm just sort of random panic clicking everywhere. And we are using up quite a bit of the space, but there's so much pollution from all of this industry. We need to get rid of some of it. What I should also do is have a look at the policies, because there may be a policy or two that will help us reduce the pollution over here. So let's actually go and have a look at what policies we've got. I didn't actually need to click on that. Let me just go and unclick that straight away. We'll click on Dale Heights and go into policies. So what do we have? We have, well, we're already using the smoke detector distribution because, well, we're getting an awful lot of fires over here. Pet bans, reduced garbage accumulation, but decreased happiness. Well, we're not bothered about that in the industry. Recycling, slightly reduced garbage accumulation, but slightly reduced tax income. We would like to reduce a lot of the garbage. Smoking ban, parks and recreation. Increases decoration budget by 20%. Education boost. Yeah, there isn't an awful lot here that would stop a lot of the pollution, which is a little bit problematic. We could do a heavy traffic ban, but I don't think we need to. I'm not sure what's actually causing these people to move out, because it doesn't tell me why they have abandoned the building. I guess there's a lot of them here that are saying that they don't have enough workers. Yeah, a lot of these places have got jobs available, so it's a strange thing because... Oh, didn't need to knock that one down. Whoops. Even though it actually says we don't have that much of a need for residential, apparently we still have a shortage of workers, which is what's causing most of these buildings to close down. So we probably should think about building some more residential over here near the industrial area. Maybe down on this side towards the water. Wouldn't be a terrible idea. Someone also did suggest it might be good to upgrade all of the roads that we have around the industrial area, because it is causing a fair bit of traffic. It is not a terrible idea. We do have an upgrade roads button. We'd like to upgrade to, let's say, a 4-lane roads with decorative grass, if we've got the space to do so. Some of them we can't because of the buildings that we have around. There's buildings in the way, so we can't upgrade all of these roads. Some we can, but it would actually destroy the buildings, which we want to avoid doing. Would force them to rebuild. We could go for single lanes with the trees, though. This might actually help some of the pollution. I don't think it's a case of it being necessarily all that busy. I know the roads are at capacity, but I think the big problem we've got with people moving out of the industrial zone is because they can't get the workers that they need. Would be nice if there was a sort of a paint tool where we could literally just choose a big section of road and go just do the whole lot, as opposed to me having to click on all of the little individual bits, but I guess it won't take too long. We'll just get these last few bits done. And these trees will help with the pollution reduction, so it'll make this area a little bit nicer, but not fantastic. I think this road is still one way, and I've just made it into a 2-way road, but that's fine. We'll see how that helps, if it helps at all. So, we know that this place is full. Now, I'm not sure how these start emptying. I need to check that out. We can't do anything with it because it is currently full. You'd hope that the incinerator would start to deal with that. Speaking of the incinerator, where did we put it and how is it doing? Are you our incinerator? No. I'm going to lose it now, aren't I? Where's our garbage thing? It is this building over here. You are operating normally. Garbage trucks in use. So how do you collect garbage from elsewhere, or does garbage just go to you directly? We'll see if we can empty one of these and see what happens. We'll get that truck, that landfill emptying, and see how that goes. So yes, let's go ahead and get a little bit of extra residential in here. We'll use the roads. We'll carry on using the roads with the trees because they are quite nice. We're going to do some sort of curved roads here. Now we'll be a little bit close to the industrial area, but I don't mind too much. We're going to have some sort of waterside properties here. I know that's going to be a very sort of tight road turn there, but let's go along down on the waterside just because we can, and we'll go there and we'll click that off and sort of head out in this direction. And we'll link that back up. Yes, it's going to destroy a few little places, but I don't mind too much. Yeah, coming out back here and having this sort of curved road down, it's going to leave it in a little bit of a strange bit over there. But let's sort of zigzag back over in this direction. And then possibly... Right, can't come out of there because it's too much of a tight turn, but we can come from there and sort of curve out in this direction. There we go. That's not too bad. A little bit of wasted space in there, but we can definitely go, and we could go into high density residential zone. That's not too bad. I mean, it is going to be next to the industry. We don't have any high density residential yet because we only unlocked that when we did the last achievement. Now that's quite close to the edge of the zone, which makes it a little bit difficult, but putting these zones in here might mean we'll get some high density population areas, and then that could really help things out. So let's go ahead and do that. We need to save space for a little bit of commercial. Of course, now we can also have high density commercial zones. We should probably have at least some high density commercial in here, because we do have a call for high density commercial. So let's make this middle bit high density commercial, and then we'll make all the rest of it high density residential. And obviously a lot of these trees are going to end up getting ripped up once we do that. I do want to put the metro in as well. I must remember to do that. Do we want to go that far up to the industrial? Possibly. We'll try. We've got a power line there that doesn't appear to be connected to anything. So we've cut the power off to everywhere over there now, because the power line was coming through here. We can fix that though. Let's just go ahead and get ourselves the pylon. We'll connect it to that one, and it's actually so close. I'm surprised it didn't connect up with that, but let's just go and connect it to that, and that should be fine now. Yep, brilliant. All the power's now connected up. We don't have water over here, which is very strange considering they are like right next to the water pump. So we'll just go out in that direction, carry the water up. And yes, I apologise for all the people whose OCD this is absolutely killing, because my pipes are all over the place, but you got to make do. Our water usage is pretty much at capacity now. We will put some office space in later on. We'll definitely go and do that. Not too worried about that at the moment, but I would like to try and put a metro in if I can. Try and connect up some of the areas of my city. We haven't looked at metro yet, so we're going to go into public transport, and we have the option now for the metro. So we can build metro tunnels, and which is basically the we need to build the metro station first, and we can actually build the lines. So we need a station. So how big is it? How much space is it going to take up? It's not too bad. Obviously, some of it needs to be built on the street. Some of it is going to be built underground. I certainly think that at least part of it needs to be over here near the industry somewhere. Maybe putting one over here. Well, that's where the road gets busy. So maybe that's not the best place to put it. Or at the same time, maybe that's the perfect place to put it. Let's go ahead and put it down here, though, so it's not quite as close to the edge of the zone. So there's one. And where will we put another one? Well, I guess we could have one down here in our new sort of high density residential zone, or at least near it. Let's go ahead and put it on this side. And then maybe one over here near our sort of posh residential zone. That will destroy a couple of houses if I put it there, but oh well, never mind. Does create a little bit of noise though, not a huge deal. It's got quite a small footprint, so it won't be terrible. Do seem to be having a little bit of illness and death over here we need to get sorted out. So we'll put one in over here, and then we'll get another one over on one of those tiles. That seems like it should be okay. Yeah, we are getting some health issues here. Let's just have a quick look at the health. So where are things going wrong? Healthcare should be fine though. Don't have a crematorium yet. We should be okay. Okay, let's just leave that at what we've got. Another. Oh yeah, we've got universities as well. We should definitely think about getting a university in here. Where would be a good spot for the university? We could put that near the residential. Let's actually put it here. Probably not right next to the landfill. That's probably not ideal. That would destroy a lot of buildings if we put it there. Don't want it right next to the industrial. Let's go ahead and put it... I guess we could build another road just to put that on. That's not a bad idea. Let's go ahead and do that then. So we will grab a... let's grab a 2-lane road with trees. Let's make it a straight road. And let's just connect these up. There we go. And we could put some zoning on there, which we probably will. But before we do that, we'll go ahead and we'll pop the university down on there, because that seems like a good idea. And then we'll go ahead and zone that as low density residential. Brilliant. Still got a few of these abandoned buildings. I am trying to sort them out as I go along, just because they, you know, they make the place untidy. How's the industrial doing? Still seem to have a lot of places that are empty. There's a lot of the icons still showing for low workers. Yeah, still quite a lot of them popping up. No, we don't want to demolish whatever that was. The power plant, I think. We are getting a lot more residential over here, though. So maybe it will sort itself out. Now then, this landfill is emptying, but isn't empty yet. So we'll leave it as that. So, what's our healthcare over here? Dead person is waiting for transport. We do have a cemetery around here somewhere. The cemetery's only over there. And the hearses aren't fully in use yet. So let's go into the budget panel and we'll look on healthcare. Let's just put it up slightly. I know we're already sort of slightly over budget on that anyway. But let's go back to our metro. So now we have a few metro stations around, and we can see them by these little green things that float. We need to build metro tunnels to connect them all together. So these are basically just underground tunnels. They can make some quite interesting turns. So we're going to connect all of these up. Now, I believe they can actually cross over one another under the ground. So you can actually get lines to cross, and we're going to go right under here and connect up to that one. And we might, for the time being, just have a single line. Where was that other one? Over there. There we go. So we might, for the time being, just have a single line. So this allows us to draw a metro line by clicking on the stations. Draw a line from the departure station to the terminal station and back, as the train needs to be circular. Well, we've built a circular path. So we're going to create a line from there to here, and there, all the way back to the beginning. And we have created a line, and there was much happiness to be had everywhere. Fantastic. So, let me just have a quick look at water, because we do have some area up here that doesn't actually have the water that it needs. And in fact, it's actually the metro station. So we've got some water over there now. Now that we have a metro line, I'm not sure if we can actually see the metro moving around. Now, does that actually have a road connection? It must do. We can keep it there. Not too sure if these have different coloured stops like the... not too sure if these have different coloured stops like the buses do. And I'm not too sure if we can even see the trains heading around on the metro. We'll have a quick look and see if we can... oh, there's one there. So can we click on it? Will it let me click on that train? So if we haven't got the info panel on, we probably won't be able to see it. No, because it's under the ground. So if we can't see it, we can't click on it. Oh, we can. Modify line. Line colour. So we can indeed change the line colours for the metro as well. Brilliant. Okay. I'm going to assume that will work with most of the public transport that's available. So how are things going? We've got a few more of these landfills that are full. Let's go ahead and get ourselves another incinerator. Oh, we can't afford it. Actually, lower on cash than I expected. We are making some money. Let's go up to the highest speed now. We do have these landfills that are getting quite full. I think people are quite... I still don't think we have much of a problem with crime at the moment. Yeah, our crime rate's only 5%. That's actually quite low. What else are we like? Fire safety isn't as good as it could be. We've got a few issues over here. Of course, this is industry, so it's always going to be an issue. How much is the cheap fire station? Because I don't think we have one over here. In fact, no, we don't. Let's just go and have one of the little cheap fire stations over here, because that will help deal with a lot of the fire issues there. Yeah, we are still struggling with getting people collected. I guess this these buildings being on a one-way road isn't helping, because anyone that's coming from my own territory has to go an awfully long way round to get in there. We could solve that by, and I know this is terribly stupid, building another road. But if we build a road out in sort of this direction and curve it back around on to here, and then that allows traffic to go in that direction. So that's not too bad. We can then go around in a loop. Plus, which it gives us a little bit more area that we can build on. So while we're here, let's go ahead and connect up another road. And this will be a curved road. And we are going to destroy a building or two doing that. But let's put that in there. It upsets a few people, sure, but we can go ahead and let's actually put some office space in. We don't have any office space at the moment, so let's go ahead and put some office space in along here on the inside. And then we'll go ahead and make the rest of it residential. I mean, we do get quite a lot of taxes from residential, so it's not such a bad idea doing that. Does everybody over here have water? No, good job, I checked. Let's go out from here, and let's go out from... there. That should be everybody covered. Now then, water availability and sewage treatment has dropped a little bit there. Police offer small storage space with secure doors for rent. Call 911 for more information. How wonderful. Right, let us go and... is everywhere else okay? Yep, the industry's still really struggling over here. Need to find out why that is. But we don't want to run out of water and sewage treatment. That would be really bad if that happened. So we should definitely get another water pumping station and drop that over here next to the existing ones. Without destroying anything if we can help it. So let's go ahead and put one down there. And then we also need another sewage outlet pipe to make the brown water downstream. We need to make sure that these are connected up. So let's go ahead. That's one done. Let's just unclick that pipe and go over to the these ones. You need to be connected up as well. Well, actually, let me connect to it there. That's quite strange. Will you let me connect to it from anywhere? If I connect to you directly... That's a bit of a strange one. Oh well, we'll make a sort of a strange connection that way. There we go. That was a little bit derpy, but for some reason, because of the angle it was on the coast, it wouldn't quite let it put it in the position I wanted it to be. Yeah, there's a lot of abandoned buildings in the industry here. And this is the problem that I've been fighting for the last video or two. I can't understand why all of these buildings are empty. And the only thing that I can think of is they're pretty much all complaining that they don't have enough workers. And I don't understand why, because we certainly have enough population. Still getting a lot of demand for commercial. And what we could do as well now is... There's another one, yeah. Just lots of these businesses closing down because they need more workers. Very, very odd. Let's have a look at this one, for example. So, this one's not too bad, but the one behind it. So, it doesn't have enough workers. It only has 5 workers, and it needs 12. And there we go, it is now abandoned. So, I'm almost convinced that that is the reason why these buildings are abandoning. They can't find their workforce, but... we have so much population around now. We have all this high-density residential area. And we've now hit 11,000 population. So we've hit another landmark. So as usual, that's a good place to end the video. But let's just have a look at what we have. We can now build trains, assuming, of course, we have an area of the map near train lines, which we do, because I think I bought one on the last video. We can build the level 6 unique buildings, which I've since found out increase your tourism. We've got some new policies, industrial space planning. It doubles the amount of goods produced by industry. High-rise bans, some high-tech housing, increased land value. We can build a hydro plant now. We can actually get some power from the dam, cargo trains, and train stations. So some interesting stuff there. But we'll have a look at that in the next video. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying City Skylines. And I'll see you next time. Until then, goodbye for now.